Hello, it's Inifa Lisa Nash, Inifa Ifana Nwade, back with part 3 of the ecocentric reading and movement exercise related to this week's EFAscope that comes to you through the IFA Foundation International. And here's the rest of my letter to my teacher, Inifa Vasa. I am, as you know, as my teacher and my supposed friend, both very respectful of lineage and tremendously camera shy. Now, really, that's a massive understatement. I'm not camera shy. I've been camera terrified my whole life. But Orunmila calls me to go beyond, so here I am. But you know this, Iavasa, because I've told you so. Were you listening? As my teacher and supposedly my friend, I would expect you to know that I never wanted to put out this video project except in partnership with you, with the IFA Foundation. And I would expect you to know, because I told you that was what I wanted, that was what Orunmila recommended back in January of 2016. Do I need to record every conversation I have with you so that when you tell me you don't remember, I can say, oh, really? Well, the iPhone does. Is that how we need to conduct our relationships now? No, we need to be more present and accountable for at all times, says Eshu. As my teacher and supposed friend, you've heard a lot about the intense social violence I've been subjected to for doing Orunmila's will in bringing IFA to this community in the second whitest state in the so-called United States. I would expect you to know that I would need some support to bring my gifts out to the greater community after 5 years of relentless violence designed precisely to silence me and to silence the voice of Orunmila, the voice of IFA, the voice of Africa in this community. I would expect you to know, as not only a mature priestess of Orunmila, but also a survivor of sexual abuse and a counselor of many other survivors, that anyone in my situation would need and deserves considerable support to bring her voice forward after years of relentless violence designed to silence her truth-telling. An aside, when I briefly spoke with Iavasa tonight after the IFA Prime, which concluded a half an hour later than it was scheduled to, so I figured, hey, maybe this is a time we could actually talk about this, and learned that instead she'd scheduled some paid work to happen before the IFA Prime was to conclude. She said, well, I didn't know, I thought you had your thing, it was all good up there, I didn't know you needed support. Really? Well, why not then? Is that maybe something that needs looking at? Since that conversation in January of 2016, you've never once called of your own accord or dropped me an email to say something like, hey girl, what's up with that video project? How's it going? Is it going? If not, why not? Is there something more I could do to support you in moving forward with this? Do you expect me to believe you don't regularly offer exactly that kind of encouragement to other students? That's not what it sounds like on IFA Prime. Do you think I never speak or listen to any other students in this family? Do you think I'm dumb? Really? Really, sister? When you act like that, why should I believe you appreciate my excellent powers of observation and my finely honed intellect? Why should I feel that you really want to partner with me in this or any other project? Why should I feel that you really honor and respect the difficult and unusual work my path walking under Ofun Meiji has called me to? Why should I feel that you see and love my gifts and the way I've nurtured them through discipline and devotion, as Ogun calls me to do? Now, this is really risky, and I'm really sorry, anybody in the Ifa family who might be offended by this. I really do love and respect you guys, okay? But this is a tradition that recognizes rank, okay? It recognizes rank not only through what you've done in this lifetime, but what you've been doing for a while. So this is something that's been difficult for me as a nice, white, liberal person who wanted everything to be non-hierarchical to come to terms with, but Orunmila and all the other rishis and my ancestors have beaten the crap out of me. And so I now accept this, and I'm going to share this very bold statement with you. I think we ought to be able to say things like this to one another in our families and live to tell the tale and be more wise, compassionate, creative, and cooperative. Iyavasa, I watch you elevate and honor males who walked in your door with far less balance, discipline, and native gift than I. I watch you bring their offerings into center stage at the foundation, while mine wilt in the wings. Really, sister? Why shouldn't I conclude that you're choosing, consciously or unconsciously, it's really consciously, who knows, unconsciously, whatever. This is a non-dualistic tradition. Hello! Shouldn't I conclude that you're choosing to perpetuate the status quo of male supremacy, in which women never truly fight for one another or beside one another, but instead continually, although often covertly, fight each other, kill each other daily with 1,000 cuts of silent competitiveness, jealousy, and envy. How do we do that to each other? Do we do it with our words? No, we do it with our looks. We do it with our bodies. We do it with that special something we give off when that woman who makes us feel threatened walks into the room. This is how we kill each other all over the world, sisters. Really, sister? Why should I subject myself, my beautiful students, and my lonely, lovely, underutilized school, temple, and clinic to more of this covert and deniable abuse? Okay, I've really had a full dose of this in my lifetime, and particularly since getting initiated in Ifa and the Bwiti tradition, okay? I've had a full dose. Why should I take more? Really, sister? Wouldn't you say I've had enough of that? I do. Orunmila does. Anyone who really loves me does. We could make a beautiful offering out of resolving this painful, false divide between us fully. I still, on Wednesday night, hope you'll do so. But so far, your behavior doesn't tell me that you are choosing this path, and we're all choosing moment by moment and breath by breath. That's how it is. That's the law. No human being is above that. It's so high you can't get over it. It's so low you can't get under it. It's so wide you can't get around it. If you make your bed in heaven, it's there. If you make your bed in hell, it's there. It's everywhere. Okay? For if I, as an Ogun woman, am really motivated to resolve a problem, I don't wait and I don't stop until it's resolved. Have you written or called again to tell me this really matters to you, sister? No, you hadn't even read this email. Oh, yeah. It's like somebody saying to you, I really love you. How convincing is that to a healthy animal body? Every social mammal knows better, or they're really sick. Why should I believe you really care? Why shouldn't I believe you're motivated to make it seem as if you care, while refusing to do the uncomfortable work of actually caring? You know, we're prone to that here in modernity. We're prone to that in mental supremacy, and we're really prone to that in the white world. Oh, let's just give the appearance. Look where this has gotten us. Why shouldn't I believe you prefer to keep me close for the supply of respect, caring, and attention I willingly offer, without your being willing to reciprocate? Reciprocity is another word for balance. This isn't important in Otora Meiji and in every Odu, in every aspect of our lives as strange two-legged beings who walk like this. Reciprocity. Why shouldn't I believe? If you don't want to be reciprocal with me, then why shouldn't I believe that you are a direct threat to my current health and future immunity? For no one can disable and disempower you like your own kin, like your own family, like your nearest and dearest, right? Who can disable and disempower you like a teacher, a spiritual mother figure who doesn't really want you to rise because something in her feels threatened rather than lifted by your gifts? Who can hurt you more than that? You ought to know the answers to these questions, E of E. Sitting in your place, in your station, you ought to know the answers to these questions. If you do, act like it. With much love always, because this too is love. E. Elisa. Ashe, ashe, ashe.